we get this through one way or another. We find this fella long time back, and we say, "Hey, um, we need you to found a city under the union, kind of, just so that we can have access to the spruce and sand gen." This is the first dude, and he's like, "All right, I'll do that." And so he does that, and he builds a city, and it grows in power. And then it is my understanding that he wasn't really active for 2 weeks. And the response to that was for this guy named Rise Against to completely usurp him, demote him, turn him into a war criminal, hold him on trial, liquidate his relationship with the Union without telling us. By the way, we had no idea. We had absolutely no idea. By the way, this wasn't a state that was a different.
Yeah, yeah, but I had no knowledge of this previously, secondary. You have no excuse to mention that because I had completely thought that you guys were a state within the union before this. As soon as possible, let me check back real
Right.
fast
Well,
because I don't think because he didn't state it. He stated if I wanted to be allianced with you guys. He didn't state as soon as possible as he quotes secondary.
so
If you do watch the
now,
language.
if I'm not to be interrupted, please,
No
I
problemo.
will of course let you talk. But if we were to talk here, I'd like to finish what I was saying. Now, after he was usurped, the the thing is in the union, and this might be on our part, is the line between statehood and alliance is somewhat blurred as of currently. We're trying to fix that and make it more
Concrete.
definite in who is what. But after that, we were then informed that, oh, we thought everything was normal because you told us that we were still in alliance, so all right. And then Witless Venus was barred from being able to use the sand and spruce gen at one point by one of your members. Now, I get that you are now an independent faction. I get that you have destroyed everything that you were founded upon. You've renamed yourselves. You threw out your old leader, and you are now going to declare him a war criminal. And I understand that you now have a really weird relationship with the Union because this fellow who hasn't really talked to us too much, I might be wrong about that, so don't quote me on that, has was originally just a citizen. Then he became a president in addition to your original founder, and then he demoted your president without an election, kind of going against your whole idea of having an election in the first place. And then he's now on, and now your original founder is now on trial. I just that doesn't really seem right to me. And I know you're going to,
Yes, but we're able to have views. What do you mean what
yeah,
ground? You used to be a state within the union.
yeah,
Hey,
You
we're
are
allowed to
ill informed.
and I was not done either. We're allowed to have whatever opinions that we have. Did I ever say once that I was going to do anything against you? No, I'm not. We're not. I never spoke to Rice. Oh
Actually, I'd
well,
love to. All right, Snow. CX Snow.
hey, I'm just gonna
Uh,
leave because I'm not involved in
yeah.
this
Fine.
business.
It's fine,
Yeah.
Snow. It's fine.
Bye-bye.
Mhm. No, it's not. Not for me. That's correct. I feel the messages actually completely explain themselves. Early on, the Union made alliance or a truce. I- yes.
Yes, and
Well,
clearly
if
he's
you let
attempting
me
to
finish.
explain himself.
Okay. I said that the Union, if you read the messages and paid attention to what was sent before you, you'd discover very simply that I said not once would the Union intervene with you. And then, Aaron, let's quote exactly what I said. Let's go exactly into the messages. I said specifically, not from me. If you are to do this and throw out the Union's greatest ally, we won't do anything. I specifically said that the Union and Chudtopia will not do a single thing. Now, you can put words in my mouth all you want. What I said in particular is that there are small war bands who are somewhat rogue that we helped really early on, and don't really have that much contact with, that are quite irrational, but very much strongly support the Union. And while we will do whatever we can to inform them that Spruce Republic is now a completely independent state, they may not take light lightness to this. Additionally,
This
I
really
did
is
not. I
offending
never
warmongers.
said that I was going to send anyone after you. Well, you're
Yeah,
interpreting
but
it
we're not allowed to
incorrectly.
have an opinion, but you're allowed to?
You're
That doesn't
you
really
are
match to your
interpreting it
ideals.
entirely incorrectly. You
Yeah,
are
you aren't in our so that makes us lower than you? That makes us lower than you? And then we pretty
what?
much have,
We have.
and we have.
I never made a threat to you. Now you can interpret this however you want, and you can interpret it wrong, and I have never disregarded any of your rules, made a threat of sovereignty against you, or done anything. I even said that we won't do anything against you in the exact messages you're trying to make me seem like a bad guy. Now,
Clearly the warmonger seems to be you.
Now, I
Secondary.
never said war. I said that there were smaller factions that are not really within the Union that we made an alliance with
Serving this
that
got
might
serious,
not
by the
like this. And then we will do the best we can to prevent them from interfering with anything, but we might not be able to do anything. Additionally, I want to get it across that you are no longer with this really weird predicament, you no longer have the same protections that you used to have. Now, we as the Union, we as Chutopia, and all the close Union states won't do anything about it, but it kind of sours relations with all the other outer ones as well. Now, I want to again state, quoting the exact messages I sent and everything that I've said, that one, I am perfectly allowed to have my opinion, especially when a state that was originally founded to be part of the Union secedes. Second, I have not once said that I personally or the Union itself was going to make an act of war against you. I am not
You let
finished
him
talking.
finish.
I
Why
am
don't you
not
let him
finished
finish?
talking. And
Yes,
three, no, you clearly do not. You
because
clearly do not because
you
the instant
clearly
you've
attempt
gotten
to talk over him, and
because
then
the
make interpretations that are clearly far off.
no, it's
Nope.
not.
I've
It's
spoken to one of your guys too. I've already had relations with the one guy, the guy
I
named
mean,
Dojan. There's no
you're
reason that we should.
you claim that you have an alliance with us now, but you won't let us use the Spruce Gens after everything we've done, after all the support we've given to your founder to help you build the base in the first place? And now you won't even let me finish my points without interrupting me. And then you won't even you'll try to even contradict me by misinterpreting everything as largely as possible, which brings me to my third and most final point, which is you need to understand that by doing this, we're happy to remain allies with you, but there are a lot of people who really won't be pleased with the way things go down. A lot of smaller, more rogue war bands that have truces with the Union that very much support Witless's presidency. And as much as we tell them not to do a single thing about it, they might not even check their Discord messages. It'll sour your relations with all the other Union members, and the mockery you've made of your president here, your founder, by the way, is going to go down well in how other people view you. I'm just letting you know about that. You are allowed to do technically whatever the hell you want, but you need to understand the consequences. You are not free from consequence. He's still your founder. Okay.
Just let him talk. Just let him talk. Well, it seems that your interpretation is clearly the exact opposite of what he stated. Why do you expect he's laughing?
I just told
If you
you.
want, he literally elaborated on every single point you just made currently.
I
If
literally
you want him to
just
repeat, you're making him into a broken record, and it's genuinely surprising how little effort you gave into listening to Farsi or Chud
I
second.
just told you that we were not threatening you in any way possible. I just told you that. And then the messages that you're trying to claim that I threatened you with, I clearly stated that it's smack dab in the middle of them, man. It's right there where I said we're not going to do anything. Oh my god. No,
Jesus Christ.
no, that is not what I said. Is that we could do whatever.
This is not a
Oh yeah,
presidential campaign.
you're
Go
done
ahead.
talking.
Yeah,
You're
done
done talking
talking
because you're wrong. Yeah, you're
because you're
done talking
wrong.
because you're wrong.
And you can't argue against it because we have clearer, more factual evidence rather
I
than just
just
stated opinions.
I told you that this idiot.
If I could have,
Pissy.
if I could speak with you,
Oh
I feel like what's it called? What you said definitely sounded like a threat, 100%. But I feel like even if they do mean it as a threat, and they're just lying to us, that's not really any of our concern right now. I feel like what is the most important thing to deal with is our prisoner. I believe they're in the wrong for telling us what to do with him, telling us to let him go, to do all this shit. But I feel like right now we should focus less on the Union, on all of these other empires. I don't know what they're called. I don't know their names. Right now, our main focus, where we should be putting our effort and all of our thoughts, are into our founder, who is, I would say his main gripe is not, I would like to bring it up, rather than the fault being that he has left us, because you said he's been gone for like 2 weeks, right? For first and foremost, that those 2 weeks the server hasn't been up, if I'm correct. Is that right? So in 2 weeks where the server hasn't been up, he was missing. While I do believe that his excuse of being sick isn't, like, obviously you're sick, you can still type, I feel like our main gripe shouldn't be that. It should be the fact he came back and immediately started demanding his throne and demanding, like, all the things he was demanding. And even if I don't know his name, Chud, Alexander, whatever, even if he wasn't making threats, our founder was, and he actively said that he was making threats. So right now, if there's one person to point to, if there's one person to investigate, there's one person to look into, all that, it's the founder. We shouldn't be worrying ourselves with the opinions of all these other ones. The founder's our main focus.
yeah.
Mm.
I mean, you don't gotta feel like it. That's what it really is. That's 100% what it is. Yeah. You don't gotta just feel it. Yeah. Oh, good. Okay, good. I missed part of that. I joined the last second. Like, should I join or should I not? But
Yo, I
Hell
just got
yeah!
here. I just got here, but I just want you to know I am so down to die for you.
amen, brother. Hell yeah. Bro, the union pisses me off so much. Oh my god. Yeah. Bro, the day one when I joined the server, I was talking about how the union looked pretty good. And then every single member started bashing on me, talking about how bad they were, how they were way worse than Revenant. Like 90% of the server was pissed that I even said that. Like, damn. I think there's definitely something wrong with them, and I think they're really egotistical. They just don't. They don't really deserve a say on our political affairs. I don't really care whether they've been day one with when there was 2 members, so we weren't even considered a faction by then, or much less anything. We're just 2 members, and none of us were part of that. And then whenever he leaves, what is it? Rise goes ahead, and we invite almost 50 members, and that's not with the hell is he? Just got a bunch of random numbers as his name. With like JJ thing? Yeah, QD. Yeah, that's not with QD's help at all. So QD is literally just like he's just a secondary person that nobody even knew about whenever the server was made. I can assure you almost I want to say 99% of the players here don't know who that is, except for Rise or maybe like the other 2 top players in the server. Hell, I didn't even know he was there. Like what? How does he have a say over us? Just because he had relations with the union doesn't mean we should have to listen to that anymore because he's not there anymore. And they're very clearly throwing threats. Yeah, I don't have any reign under him. I bet that. Appreciate it, man. Doing wonders out here for us, Spruce Nation. I bet. I'll see y'all though. God bless Spruce.
Lava the Spruce Republic.
Amen, bro. Amen. I bet. I'll see y'all.